Hello everyone. In the series of Oracle WebLogic administration videos, in this session we are going to learn about Node Manager machines. Node Manager is used for remote shutdown, start and restart. There are multiple types of node managers. SSL plain are called Java based node managers. SSH and RSH node managers are called shell based node managers. Node Manager agenda. Introduction to Node Manager. Node Manager architecture, how it is going to work, how the Node Manager controls start and stop the managed servers remotely, remote starting of admin server, SSL Node Manager using WLST Node Manager configuration, starting with the WLST, stopping with the WLST. Let's jump on to the Node Manager concepts. In real-time projects, WebLogic implemented production environments. There are often distributed across multiple machines, multiple domains are used, and different geographical locations also used in real-time projects. In such cases, Node Manager is one separate utility which is provided from the Oracle WebLogic. It enables you to start, shut down and restart the WebLogic server instances from remote location, that is from admin server running machine. A Node Manager process is not associated with any specific WebLogic domain. You can associate with the host, that is machine. You can use the same Node Manager to process, control multiple server instances in any number of WebLogic domains. Node Manager must run on each computer wherever you are running. In 12c it is must ensure, and SOA and Fusion middleware products, this is very important. What is machine? Machine is a physical device where you are going to have IP address. It can be identified with the domain name or IP address. There are two types. These machines are Unix type and other type, that is Windows type. So each machine is bind with one IP address. Multiple machines in a domain. You can have n number of machines. That is what required in production real-time environments. Node Manager architecture. The Node Manager looks like this. The domain may be spread across multiple machines, machine A, machine B, machine C, and the control of the servers you can do via Node Manager directly, or you can use the administration central point, the domain, that is admin server, that can be connected from the admin console, that can be controlled by the JMX programs. The request will be sent either start or stop or shut down. The request will be processed and forwarded to the Node Manager which is running in a remote machine B, and then you can start the managed server 2. Similarly, on the machine C, Node Manager will receive the request and then it is going to process the managed server 1. How the Node Manager starts and managed servers will be started. So here is a step-by-step process in the picture. The first step, the user issues the command to start the managed server 1, then admin console, that is going to be accepting that, and it is forward the request to the admin server, that is Java program running on a machine A. That request will be processed and it is forwarded from the admin server. It invokes that Node Manager which is running on the remote machine B. Node Manager takes that request and then it is going to create a process ID and process for the managed server 1. Once the managed server is started, then managed server fetches the information, obtains the configuration related stuff, and then it is going to store it in the machine B. This way it is going to process starting of the managed server, and shutdown also in the same fashion. Shutdown command will be issued from the admin console, then admin server takes the request, forward it to the Node Manager running in the remote machine, then it is going to give the command to shut down the server. So note this point, node manager can also start admin server. There are two different flavors of node managers we have in 12c. You can have a node manager per host. In one particular host machine, you can have only single node manager configured, and that will be controlling multiple domains running on that particular machine. So let us jump on to hands-on. In this machine we have multiple domains. So here I have 3 domains. Let me go for UAT and FT domains. These 2 domains I am going to configure. I want to use it with the per host node manager. To do this, we have to follow the step-by-step. The first step, you need to create a the directory, node manager directory created in the Oracle common directory, and then enter into that directory. There you can create a file called node manager.domains. In the node manager domains, you have to enter the domains which you want to control from the common node manager, or you can say the per host node manager. I have entered these 2 lines into the node manager.domains file. Then this will become automatically node manager home. Then go to the WebLogic installation. Go to the WebLogic installation server bin directory. There you can see start node manager.sh. You can simply run start node manager.sh, but this will be, whenever you close this terminal, it will be terminated. So instead of that, we can run in we can make one small script, wrapper script. That's completing the wrapper script. Then provide the permissions. Execute the start nm.sh script. Then this will be showing the echo statement. Now this node manager is looking for security demo identity JKS file. You can copy this demo identity from a file, or you can create your own demo identity JKS file. Run the set wls env.sh. that will be setting the class path and path. Create one folder in the node manager directory, security folder, and generate the certificate using the simple command. So this will be creating a certificate and key. So you got the demo certificate and demo key are created, generated. Now you can import this. Without password, you are able to create a demo identity.jks file. So this will be used by your node manager. WebLogic server bin directory, and try to start node manager. Now the node manager is successfully started, and you can see the domain name mappings what we have given in the node manager domains. And you can also see that secure socket listener that is started with SSL, and it is running on 5556 port number. Do Control C, come out from this, and now you can connect WLST. NM Connect is used for connecting the node manager, running node manager, and the last argument you can see that domain, to which domain you want to start the admin server, connect to that. We can go ahead, connect to WLST. Now we can do connect to the node manager which is running already. Now it is successfully connected. If you want to check your node manager is connected to which domain, you can confirm with nm command, and you can start the node manager using simply nm start. You can give the name of the server. So here we are going to use admin server, ft admin. Then it is going to start automatically. So this admin server is started with the security permissions what we have provided by using the security certificates in the security folder. Now it is successfully started, this admin server, and you want to see what is happened, how it is happened. 9600. So this is a ft domain admin console. Similarly, we can do the nm connect, and with the same node manager I can also start the UAT domain. So multiple domains you can start with the single node manager. So I am connecting to the same node manager, and you can see that nm command, it is showing now the different domain, UAT domain. When you are connected to UAT domain, nm start UAT underscore admin. At 9700 it is running. You can see the server is started successfully, UAT admin is started. So this way you can start n number of servers, you can stop n number of domains with single node manager. Controlling multiple domains. So similarly for Fusion Middleware products, SOA domain, OSB domain, OHS domain, you can control with single node manager. Node manager is also provides another option, that is per domain. So you can have every domain one node manager directory, that is node manager home will be there, and using that you can start the node manager. You can control only that particular domain only. So if in one machine you have two domains, then each domain will have a separate node manager. Here I am just exit from this. Let me go to the domains. Now I have demo domain, and in this one I have node manager. In the node manager directory you can see the node manager dot domains, that is having only one domain mapping, and that is demo domain. So using this one it is going to make that. Let us start the node manager. Node manager, I am starting in the, before starting this node manager, we have already started the node manager with the 5556. So what I want to do here, I want to change this domains node manager with the different port number. Node manager dot properties. So in this one you can change that 5556. I am changing this one to 5558, and that's the environment. Expand that environment and click on the machines. Okay, good. Now we have to create a machines. There are two options of creating the machines, as we have just seen. So here the machine have 102 ending is IP address, so I am going to select M102. You can give any name, and sometimes people are going to give the host name itself. And what I am working on is, it's a Unix machine, that is Linux machine, and I am selected that. So here I am going to select the SSL, and I can give the IP address 192.168, and this one I will give. And the port, listen port, what we have here, 5558, and that's finishing the configuration of machine associated with the node manager. So this machine is created, and this machine does not associated with any managed servers. So let us go to the third tab in the configuration, click the servers, and let us add, I need to add other servers. Here I want to select the manage server 1 and click next. And similarly I can also add the second manage server 2 and click next. So that's done. So you can see all the dynamic managed servers automatically added this machine, and manually whatever the managed servers we created, to that server we have to select the machine. Alright, we are done with that, and we can go ahead and control this servers. Go to the server summary and select the control tab, and from the control tab you can start manage servers. You can start one manage server and see how it is working. So what it is saying here, the server managed one node manager associated with the machine M102 is not reachable. Alright, let us see why it is not reachable. Go to the M102 and monitoring, click on the monitoring. It is saying inactive and node manager NM connection exception. Let us resolve this issue. NM connection exception. Go to the PuTTY terminal and go to the domain directory, and then try to open the node manager directory. In the node manager directory, go for the properties file. In the properties, check that listen address. What is the listen address you have? It is localhost. We have given the IP address in the admin console, 192.168.33.102, and then let us start the node manager. Start node manager.sh. its listening SSL listen address is at this one, port 5558, and host is exactly what we have given. So let us go and check, refresh this page, and see. Yes, it is reachable now, and we are good to go for server restarts. So let us go to the server and let us start the one of the manage server. Go to the control tab, select the manage server, and then select the start button. See, the status is changing, and you can also see the last status, task in progress. So this is a refresh button we have on the admin console, and it will be refreshing every 10 seconds, updating. The time also you can see in the status last action. Once it is updated, then you will be getting it. So that is successfully started running state. Similarly, you can start another managed server as well. You can also start your dynamic web server as well. Can we do parallelly 2 servers at a time? If your system is capable to run multiple WebLogic servers, then go ahead and start. There is no harm, but you should have enough RAM space, enough CPU speed, then only you can go and do that. If two managed servers running on the same machine on production, it is always recommended to use single server start at one time. Okay, that's good. We got the managed server 2 also running state, and then we'll see the dynamic server state. That's also done, completed the task. So this is how we can start the managed servers, and we can start multiple managed servers from the node manager, that is using admin console. What we have changed node manager properties, and we have modified node manager.domains, that is when you are working on per host node manager. Node manager properties are also available in the every server related information. That data is going to stored, password information is stored in the server related directory. In the server related state, the managed server 1, managed server 2, if you are started, what is the status, what are the properties, that information is stored in the domain, servers and server name, and then followed by the data. There you can find the node manager directory. The server, when it is started, again if you are clicking the start button, to avoid that one, we have a server name with .lck, that is log file. Once the server is in starting state, then it is going to generate a process ID. Server is created, then what is the state? It is initially starting, then it is going to change it running state. The boot.properties, that is required for every managed server to connect to the admin server, that information is also available. So in our case, we have used both SSL Java based node manager. SSL based node manager, whenever you are using, it is one way SSL communication. It is going to happen when admin server send the start request, it is going to connect to the admin server, and admin server takes the command and pass it to the remote machine node manager. So that communication, admin server to node manager communication, will happen using SSL. So this in our example, we have used the demo certificate. Whenever we are using the certificate, we have to use the secure listener equal to true. If you don't want to use that one, then you have to make that false. Using WLST, we have started, connected, and we have executed. We started the two different domains, FT domain and UAT domain, using nmstat command, and similarly you can stop the domain using nmkill command. Once you are done with your task, then what you can do, you can disconnect from the node manager. WLST sequence, initially you are going to connect to the admin server, then you are going to start your managed servers. So admin server is started, then you can go ahead and start the other servers, like if you are going to work on a EBS servers, forms, reports, etc. Then you can finish. Once this sequence of servers are started, then you can go ahead and disconnect from your WLST prompt. Similarly, opposite to that start sequence, we have shutdown sequence. So shutdown sequence is first you have to connect to the node manager, nmkill, you can stop the servers. First stop the managed servers, then go for the stopping the admin server, then disconnect from the node manager, exit from the WLST. So the overall summary, in the node manager you have learned about how to configure node manager, what are the different options we have, SSL listener and plain, and we have seen that other options as well, and the controlling using WLST, controlling using admin console, both we have seen. If you like this video, please share it. Please subscribe to our channel Vaibhava Technologies. Thank you.